Thanks for joining me on Tableside with Kamilah. Happy New Year! It's 2020. Like, we made it. We ended the year together. It was so great to start Tableside at the end of 2019. And thank you for all of your feedback, all of your comments. Like, it's so encouraging. This is our road together. Like, we're gonna go through this together and as a community. So today on Tableside, I did a very easy winter wonderland table. A lot of the material that I'm using is very familiar. When I curate a table, I try to use timeless pieces that I can go in and out of. Remember on the last episode, we talked about it's really important what we declare over ourselves and the words that we say. So instead of a New Year's resolution, which is completely applicable, you can do a declarations lunch. This is something that you can invite friends to that maybe you didn't have a chance to see throughout the holidays with everything going on, but you still wanted to gather. So with the declarations lunch, what we're doing is we're declaring what we want for 2020. So these are simple declarations, and how I usually do it, I have a little piece of paper. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, and you just take a little ribbon, you could punch a hole, put a ribbon, you put it on each little place setting, and you have friends come over and everyone writes what their declarations are for the year. And it's a great way to share with each other and as well keep each other accountable for the year. So if you're like, okay, Kamilah, what's your declaration? Like, what are you declaring over yourself for 2020? And so my declaration for 2020 is that there's joy in the waiting, that I will trust in the midst of the unknown. It's very definitive, but it's very open-ended. And that's what I really want to encourage you guys this year, is that to not be so stern in like what you're gonna do and like create these false expectations for yourself, because there's so much that happens in the midst of waiting for what's next. In a season of waiting, there is so much that can happen and there's so much preparation. It's almost like we're planting seeds for what will be birthed to come. There's so much on the other side of a simple yes. Just a simple yes. So for me, I'm not asking or I'm not encouraging you to paint the whole picture. All we're gonna do together on Tableside this year is we're gonna chat. We're gonna have fun because I'm funny. Like, someone was like, if you have to tell people you're funny, you're not funny. But like, I'm funny. I'm funny, right? This is not a race, and this is not about who's first out the gate and who's doing it right. There's no perfectionism in getting through this. So we're gonna create a frame for what you would like to see in a simple place of waiting. And at the end of the year, we'll circle back around and kind of see where we'll land. One of the gifts of my year last year was someone encouraged me, and it was something that I stood on for 2019, was that lions don't have to roar. And what does that mean? It's just like so much of my life, I was just like willing myself through every situation. Like, I was always like roaring and like just really making it like this is going to happen by any means necessary. Like, who has to be taken out to make this happen? And you know, that's not how I live my life today. Don't feel you have to will yourself through in 2020, that you are perfectly at peace in where you are. Write down like 1 or 2 simple declarations that are just for you, little open-ended, so you're not creating this false expectation, and just trust in the midst of the unknown. And so that's what this looks like in terms of 2020 for me. And we can be gentle with each step. We can take our time and we can share our experiences together here on Tableside. I just want you guys to look at me as like the facilitator, that, you know how when you're in a room and like there's someone just kind of facilitating the conversation? That's happening with us. It's just that we're doing it virtually, which is completely okay and so 2020. Hello, like so techie. So happy New Year. 2020 is a great year for vision. We're building a beautiful frame, and it's gonna be a beautiful picture and a portrait just for you. And remember, there's always a chance to set your own table.